Welcome to Cooking with Jess. Do you see this big smile on my face? Let me tell you something. I am upright today. This is a big deal. I am still wearing my fashion accessory. It's just masked under this blouse. So if I look very robotic, you'll understand why. Or if I look, as I was told, a little hefty, that's the reason behind it. We are going to make today the vegan ramen broth. Now, I alluded to this when I made the vegan ramen recipe. That will be linked below, so you can check that out as well. But we're going to make the broth. And as you can see, this is something serious. This is everything that I put into that broth. It was a lot of chopping. This is how I know that it's going to be official, because this was a lot of standing, a lot of chopping, but it's worth it because it's going to taste amazing. So what I just did was I put some grapeseed oil in this stock pot, and I'm just going to move it around just a little bit, because what we want to do is we want to, and I'm going to try not to move too much and too crazy to take me back some steps in my recovery process. I'll speak to what I'm talking about while I'm recovering, all that fun stuff, but I'm going to move rather quickly, but not too quickly, because I don't want to hurt myself. We're putting in some cebolla. And what we're going to do is we're going to add in a few more things here and move it around so that, it smells so wonderful. It's been some time since I've cooked. Okay, so here's what happened. We're going to add some ajo and some jengibre. That is boom. And that's actually one bulb of ajo. I just cut it in half. And we're going to also add in the jengibre. That's the ginger. That's what that is there. Okay. And we're just going to let it just steep. Not steep. We're going to let it saute just for a little bit while I get into the story on what happened to me and why I'm in a back brace. Now, hold on, turn up just a little bit. I was walking down the stairs, something I usually do because I have stairs in my home, and I was carrying baby girl again, something that we normally do, and we took a tumble. We took a tumble down 9 stairs, and let me tell you something. She's good. Thank goodness for that. I think she was a little startled. There was a lot of screaming, her, not me. And she's good. She's good. Mama, on the other end, or on the other hand, not so much. So I am in this, and I'm not even going to pull it up so you can see it. It's not even, we shouldn't even focus on it, but I just want to bring it to your attention just so that you know what's going on. So, fell down the stairs. I will highly recommend you not do that. And because I was holding her, I was in an awkward position, right? Because I'm trying to make sure she's not, as we're boom, 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 she's not getting hurt. So I'm holding her. My body is in this weird position. I'm sliding down, super slow motion. It was weird. I remember every step, which is why I knew it was 9 steps. I counted after the facts. It was 9 steps. And so I was good. And then a week after, I was not good. And we are on a path to recovery. That's all I'm going to say about that, okay? So while this is sauteing, and it smells so good because it has 2 of my favorite things in here. I speak about ginger and garlic a lot because I really do like it. So if that is going to be the base in something, I'm already excited about it, okay? And the aroma that it gives off with those 3 things in here, can you hear that? Can you hear it speaking to me? I love it. I love you too. I really do. Smells awesome. And we're going to build on these flavors. So I just want this, I'm trying to get for the cebollas to be a little bit more translucent. That's the goal here. Then we're going to add, we have zanahoria, that's carrots. Hello, let's talk about these 2 dried friends over here. This is called kombu. Now, kombu is a type of seaweed. It's very potent. How about that? Like the flavor of the seaweed. So we're going to add this into, not right now, but we're going to add this into the broth so that it gives you that kind of like, what's the word that they use? That umami flavor. This also adds that umami flavor as well. These are dried shiitake mushrooms. It's also going to give it like a brownish color, like a deeper brown color. So we're going to add that. The cool thing about this kombu, extra special thing we're going to do with this is once we have it in here in the broth, it's going to soften, right? Because it's dried. I'm going to take it out and we're going to stir fry it. And we're going to add that as a topping. Now, I did that in my last video when I actually did when I put together the ramen. So you have I'm going to keep referencing that other video. So take a look at that one because you'll see like what the finished product looked like. And it just looks so awesome. I was so proud of myself. And I say that because I love a soup. When I tell you I love a soup, I love a ramen, I love a pho. I gotta build to get to making pho. I've never made it before. Low key, it's a little, I don't know, it's like intimidating for me. I don't know. I just like it so much. And because of that, I don't want to mess it up. It's kind of like how I feel about Indian food and also with Thai food. Like, I like a lot of Thai food. Sad to say, because I am gluten-free and I don't do soy, that changes the dynamic on how and what I cook, right? So I really have to be creative when it comes to those particular types of food, in particular the Thai food, or any food that really uses like soy sauce. Because soy sauce has wheat in it, I can't do soy sauce. So I did find a replacement. And I do use that, but I've never used it to like cook a one pot, like a stir fry or anything like that. So I digress because right now we're talking about vegan ramen. So we are now going to add, you know what? Let's add in the zanahoria, and then I'm going to add in some celery. Okay. And that's just 2. Oh no. Why would y'all do that? Everybody got to get in the pot, man. We're going to add the zanahoria, and then I'm going to put the celery to go into it as well. You got one hiding, one here. I'm going to add the celery. And then we're just going to let that sit just for a little bit. Like, I'm trying to get the ingredients to release all that wonderful flavor that's in there. So that's what we're going to build. I don't want to just toss everything in there and then get it started. And we're going to build the flavors because I think that enhances like the final product. You hear that sizzling? I also want to finish talking about these ingredients. So this is a daikon radish. This is what it looks like. I kept a little bit because I wanted to show you. So this is what it looks like. It gives me vibes of like a yuca or like in a potato family, but more yuca. Like this is what it looks like when I cut it, right? So we're going to add that in there too, not right now. We're also going to be adding in some potatoes and apple and cremini, which is the new fancy name, but I still call it bella mushrooms, and a little bit of celery. And then we're going to add water to it. And pretty much that's it. And when we add in all these wonderful flavors, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add in that daikon. And we're going to add in the potatoes. I was just saying to one of my friends that when we put in all this fun stuff, it's for a good reason. Because the flavor that comes out of this, amazing. Like, I would have never thought to put in apple, but yeah, we're putting apple in there. We want that flavor from it too. Okay. I'm going to toss that in there. and mix it around. Now this is gonna go, once we put everything in here, this is gonna go for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Now, that is just to make sure that everything is breaking down. And again, I always like to, before I put any liquid into anything, I like for the flavors to open up as much as it can from that direct heat. Okay, we're gonna add that. Those are the mushrooms. And then before we get to adding the water, just want to do one more toss, or a few more tosses. There we go. Okay. You know, I went ahead and I preheated some water. Here we go. Shout out to this electric kettle, man. This bad boy, let me tell you something. It just makes things go by so much faster. Huge fan of this. Thank you to my brother who told me I needed it. And I was like, I don't need this. I don't need no kitchen gadgets. I don't need any more kitchen gadgets. I don't have many, and I'm okay with that. And I just don't want to have a bunch of like different things in the kitchen. And I'm glad I got that. First of all, we're tea drinkers here. And like, I am a huge tea drinker. And because of that, I don't do microwaved water. No offense to those who do, but if you are a tea drinker, you know that there is a difference when you microwave water versus when you boil water. So I figured, hey, it's the best of both worlds. We're not waiting on the stove for it, but it's giving that flavor because it's actually boiling. And then we use that pot. Boom. It helps when I'm making rice. It just helps. Anyway, it helps. All right. So we got that in there. We're going to add this. This is just silent. And move that around just a little bit. And then we're going to cover it. And like I said, this is going to go for about 2 hours. About 2 hours. And the most important thing to keep in mind is after, I would say about an hour after about an hour and a half to take out the kombu, right? We don't want the kombu to fall apart in here. We're also going to we're going to reserve that so that we can stir fry and put it in the as a topping for the ramen. And I just lost it. I moved it around in there and now I don't see it. But it's not going to sit in and boil. I'm going to fish it out. Here we go. You see how it's already starting to change? See that? That's one. I know I put 2 in there, so here it is. Here's the second one. So I'm just going to leave it on the top because I want to make sure I can fish it out. And we're going to cover it. And that's it. And then we'll be back and we will see what it transformed into. Okay. Now, before, we're just going to use the magic of TV, right? Or YouTube. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. Okay. I went ahead and I made some already. And do you see that brown color? Now, the more I realized the more shiitake mushrooms that I add, the deeper brown it gets. I mean, it looks like broth. It's liquid. It's nothing really fancy to see here, but it just, that aroma. It smells so good. It's just like all the different flavors that come out of it is pretty amazing. It really is. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plate this up. And then I'll show you what it looks like and we'll go for a taste test. All right, see you in a bit. And we are back. So as this bad boy was steeping and all those flavors were coming together, what I did was I removed the kombu and I cut it into little strips. And I stir fried it in some grapeseed oil and a little bit of chili oil. That added a little extra dimension onto the flavor. And then I went ahead and I put the broth in. I also made some gluten-free ramen noodles. Now, something I want to mention about gluten-free. So because this is a gluten-free noodle, it has a low glycemic low glycemic index. So if anybody is concerned about eating gluten-free, these noodles, particularly gluten-free noodles, take that into consideration if that's something that you need to be aware of, okay? And I went ahead and I put the noodles in. So I made the noodles, put that in. I took out some of the carrots and the ongus, or the mushrooms, not the dried shiitake mushrooms, but the bella ones. And I put on the kombu, and I went ahead, as you saw, I was cutting up some of the green onion. And there you have it. Oh, you know what I had to input on here? Oh, we got to put some sesame seeds. Wait a minute. I've talked about this before. I love these sesame seeds. And when I tell you I don't use them, like, here you go. Like, look how much is in there still. It's like, this is how much been used. So I always enjoy opportunity to go ahead and put some sesame seeds in, because I just don't use it. And this is a better time than any, right? All right, let's go ahead and take a taste of it. All right. Don't worry about these chopstick skills. As long as we can get it where it needs to go, that's all that matters, okay? You know what always does it for me? Is adding in that kombu. Every time. Because it just changes the texture. Of course, it adds that flavor. Go ahead and try this broth, okay? Watch the other video. So you see, I did a little different finishing on the toppings in that other video for the actual vegan broth. I'm sorry, for the vegan ramen. But now you know how to make the vegan ramen broth. All right. You're welcome. Until next time. Bye.